Hello, everybody. Welcome back to What If Civilization Started Over. Today, we are on. Today we are on episode 7, and let's get into it. Okay, so here we are. We had the. Oh no, wrong thing. We had some more countries forming down here. I think we had the Sudanese country, maybe this Middle Eastern country as well. We had I was going through the culture of everything, had the expansion of the only microstate in the world, to now a little bit less of a microstate because they have Coronia, which is where the capital is. We had the formation of the Russian team. They got pretty big, pretty fast, big population growth. We had the Kola country forming, same as the Sami country and the Swedish country. The formation of Norway. Formation of Svalbard, the two Greenlandic countries over here, and of course we have the colonies in Iceland from the Irish country and the Scottish country. But other than that, let's get into it. Let's start. All right, first event of this video. We're going to have some more expansion and countries forming. So, first of all, this line of exploration is going to get a lot bigger. So now they reach Lake Baikal. Big milestone, and they head all the way over to the Pacific Ocean. But remember, the temperatures are far more favorable here for farming, so they're able to farm even on these northern random islands up here, and there's not as much ice in the world. Start to explore down here, even reaching China, exploring this whole huge chunk over here. And you know, when we explore, what happens, right? We form some new countries. This is fast forward another little while. All of India is discovered. So it's this region. I did forget the Himalayas were right there, but what to do? Korea is fully explored. So is Sakhalin. No Japan just yet. Same with the rest of Africa. We go roughly down here. And a little bit more exploration on this island here. But we haven't quite reached mainland yet. Or have we? As we have now reached mainland North America. Don't know why I just did that, but whatever. Exploration of the new continent has gained a lot of attention from the world as people are flooding into these new countries to explore, get new resources, territories, trading. Yeah, so these countries might get quite rich soon, as well as having a lot of people. Anyway, we have a new country forming today. Forming in here. We had this color before? No. They are going to be forming along in the central region over here. In Mesopotamia. They also spread over to the Caspian Sea. Quite a large region made with mixed in with the local peoples, mixing the language as well, the local peoples, and of course the settlers from the other countries. Yeah, they got very big very quickly. And their capital city is going to go along with some of the other layers. Their capital city will go right here. This Kola country will have their capital right here, as well as having some cities. One on this peninsula, of course one on an island, a few small areas. And then this country will have Mesopotamian country, one here, one here. Nice. It's kind of our area. We are going to have the population of the world start to rapidly increase now, as we are in the age of having multiple children. Good for the world population, right? We have more colonial settlements further inland. We have some more cities in here, more cities of France. England gets another city. So does Ireland, gets one over here. Prussia gets one in there and down there. The German country gets two. So does this one and here. We're just giving the world a couple more cities, because what harm can that do, right? Red team gets another city. Another one. Blue team in Egypt will get another one in there. So will the rest of all these countries down here. The Azores Kingdom will get another one. And so with this one, it will get a few more down here. Yes, rapid population growth. That's what we like to see, right? We can't forget about Keshem Island. Anyway, enough of cities and capitals. We are now moving over into Central Europe, and we have the formation of another country formed from... No, that's not the right color. Forming in here in Central Europe. From along the borders of quite a few of these countries forming here. It's kind of like a Belarus sort of state. Don't quite know why they formed just yet. But the surrounding countries are going to be quick to take land with the blue Central European team. It's kind of turned into Poland now, expanding further here. Both these two teams are going to be taking some of their own land grabs from here. Oh yeah, we finally sorted this out. The Sea of Azov country. I accidentally gave this to the wrong one. They're not invading, don't worry. They're going to expand further inland, even meeting kind of the border with these guys. The two Anatolian countries. Well, this one's more like a Georgian country. They're going to expand further inland. Conquest for more resources. They'll both finally have a border with each other. The Greek country will set up a puppet state. Which is going to have a little flag in the middle to show it is a puppet state, right? Nope, not that big. Two. And yes, we will have if we have a little flag here, that means they are a vassal of this team. This is interesting, as we've never seen anything like this so far in the series. their capital city will be along the... Nope, not that color. Be along the Mediterranean coast, right in this little bay over here. And they'll have a few major cities. But basically, what a puppet in this case is that the government or the leader of the country was put in place by another one. So they can have their own language and everything, but their leader is basically, it's kind of like a Lukashenko scenario, but for like the world. This world. The colonial expansion for all of them is going great. We also have the formation of our first ever Central African country. Forming right here. Here, and then they're going to immediately, their formation is going to be immediately followed by some expansion of the red team's colony. First of all, to make sure they get more land, and secondly, to open trade with this country. The country responds, the Central African country responds, no, the Saharan, even though it's not the Sahara Desert, responds with more land gains along the border. I know it looks like a war, but it's not. It's just making the border look a bit nicer. And yeah, another country. This time, their capital city will be around here. And they'll have a few small cities just scattered across. However, remember now, as it's not a desert, there's lakes and rivers going through all of here to make it much easier to have it. But now, we have our first war in a long time. Blue team is ready for reconquest. They've been on a rampage for a while. Wait. Just need to fix something first. They've been on a rampage for a while. And they've been on a rebuilding stage for a while. And they seem like they're ready to come back. So, in a shocking statement, the blue team declares war on this green team over here. And the French team's like, hey, no, I don't think so. So, yeah, they join the war. And first, Italo-French war. Because this is like Naples and the Roman... No. What kind of region is this? First, Venetian-French war. French troops. No. Wrong layer. Venetian troops immediately cross the border and encircle the capital city from the rest of the country. And a long siege begins. They capture this major city and start to advance towards the French border, hoping to try and kick them out of the war before France can come in to save them. Otherwise, yeah. They meet the French border on multiple points and even start to enter it from the north and the south. It's not looking good for the green team, though. And we have a very interesting event occurring, actually. We have the English team declaring war on France as well. And France is like, hey, why are you doing this? I don't understand. And they're like, well, kind of want some land, you know? Do you understand? So they make a naval landing. No, they make a naval landing first to capture these islands, which they use as a base. And then they make another landing right here and here. Very good tactics for this time period. And they successfully encircle and capture the city and start their conquest into France with a solid formation, roughly in Normandy, like this, forming in Normandy, which now they have a solid front line to start advancing towards this city. However, French forces are ready and prepared to fight up here. Now, we also have a very interesting event occurring. Another one, I know. The Scottish team is going to declare war on the English team after their news of the war, hearing about the war, and they immediately push to capture this city over here. And yeah, we have the first European war. The first, it's not the First World War. Yeah, it's the First World War, actually. World War One occurring in in 700 AD. That's crazy. Forces continue to advance throughout England, though. However, England has a lot more people than Scotland. So, like, in this scenario, maybe England has 10 million and Scotland has 5. So they have a lot more troops, and France has, like, 12. But they're fighting both France and Italy. So they quickly get their act together, and yeah, it's not looking good for Scotland, as English forces rapidly advance throughout, encircling and capturing thousands of Scottish soldiers, even pushing them back to the border when they then start an advance into the country. They push along and cut the country in half, having something like this. Once they reach the city, they capture it as well. And Scotland's like, okay, chill. All right, we'll leave. England's like, not without a price. So England annexes all of this land from Scotland, and it officially becomes core English territory. All of this while fighting a two-front war. Fair play. So England annexes all of this. Let me fix the border again. And now there is a straight line to divide the border. So they've annexed a few small borderlands and basically told the Scottish king to give England some money and resources. And they were okay with that. Anyway, back to France. English forces now with rejuvenation, as more forces have arrived from Scotland, are able to capture this whole northern front, now pushing and capturing this major city here, and encircling along the border, with the breakthrough in the capital city occurring, as blue team forces are able to successfully capture it. And once the news of their king has been publicly executed, well, yeah, they're gone. That's not very good. As now blue team forces rapidly advance towards the capital city, and the French team is in chaos. Everything's on fire. They don't really know what to do. The people are rising up, and yeah, it's not good. As British and Italian forces meet up, have a very positive exchange. As they have a translator between the two armies in the war. Because remember, back then, the kings actually used to fight in the war. Now the kings just sit on the chair and just act all whatever, doesn't matter. Forces start to advance, and as they reach the gates of the French capital city, they agree to sue for peace, and they surrender. What a French thing to do. I know, right? Anyway, let's have a look at a peace treaty here. Well, firstly, England will annex the whole region of Normandy. Right here. They will also annex the region of Brittany into their country. So now their country looks something like this. Meanwhile, the blue team will officially annex. Yeah, they'll annex something around here. They'll annex basically the whole green team, which looks something like this. And the rest of the occupied lands are given straight back to the French team. However, they Yeah, they got quite damaged by this war, so they're going to need some time to rebuild and whatnot. Oh yeah, this island will also go to the French team right here. Yeah, so the Italian team is back now, guys. That's almost it for today's episode. The last thing we're going to have occurring is the union. We haven't had a union before, right? Between who should be having? Yeah, we have a union forming between the puppet state and the green team. I know that's quick, right? But they just wanted to assert their control over the region. And their first ever puppet state is no more. Oh. Not like that. Not the whole world. Our first ever puppet state is officially gone. Yeah. I love being able to do that. It's cool. And instead, yeah, here we are. It's a new world. I think it looks good. The borders. Wait, actually, the French team is gonna... Nope, not like that. Keeps this bit of land here. But the British team, the English team has gained quite a lot of land from this, and they are happy. Oh yeah, the British also annexed the Isle of Man. And the final event of this episode, we have some more cities being formed in all of these countries. Ireland even getting another one. Scotland getting 2. Norway. Northern Denmark. Yeah. Once we have that, we have some more expansion of some teams, and that will be the end of today's episode. Yeah. So now I'll start doing the outro. If you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and it'll give me motivation to make more videos. Yeah, please do that. That'll help. That'll be great. But yeah, so we're just ending over here. I'd like to give you something to watch or talk about while I'm doing this. So this team is officially spread along the whole coast now. However, they have a quick rebellion, which we're actually going to do. And no, they don't have control of the coast anymore. They have control over this much of it. And we have the formation of a new country instead. This was very not planned, but who doesn't like a new country, right? Unless you're from Sudan or Serbia. Then you don't. They're quite a big country. They're going to have their capital city in here. And have a few cities right off the bat. One more inland here. 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 Trading country. Like the Middle East and Venice. Anyway. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe. Goodbye.